So the recording is on. Anyways, guys, let's start with. Um, you're looking at a stock that I actually did a little bit of research last week. It was around $8 last week, or even $7, under $7. The reason I was looking at it, I look at the PUDA of the PUDA, the website, the PUDA. They have all these results they come out with, these pharmaceutical company, and this was a company with the breast cancer that was coming out this week, and it came out with their results, and they've been incredible. I caught it around $22, but I never got into it this morning, and I looked at it. I didn't think it was going to go this high. It's almost doubled from the $20 I was looking at this morning. I didn't want to take the risk of. I should have took it because the cancer. It came out with breast cancer results this morning, and they were great. I think that's a good. I think it's a good results for especially our females who are have cancer and breast cancer, right? So it's good for them. This is a real good tool they came out, or the therapy they came out this morning with the late stages, and they came out with great results. And the stock has just been taken off since. I think it's going to keep going the way I see it. But anyway, it's too late for me. I should have got it at $20 this morning when I was looking at it. I should have jumped at it. I saw it in the news after. And when I saw it in the news, as soon as I got here, it was already $20. But I should have last week maybe taken a little bit of risk at a very cheap price. Maybe buy a little bit of share, but I didn't. Again, these are things that are lottery wins. So people who do have this stock have won a lottery this morning. So congratulations to them. It's also a good thing for, breast research, which is really good. So let's get on with the market update. Can't cry over a spilled milk, right? If you don't take the risk on it, you're not gonna get anything. But anyway, that maybe in the future I will announce maybe some results in the chat. It's up to you whether you want to take a risk at it or not, but I'm not a risky guy. That's a big problem with me. So let's take a look at the market update. What's going on with the ES futures? So ES futures this morning is continued to go down. It's breaking the trend line to the downside. Again, we are below the 6804. We are headed towards the 6460 right there. This is the next support. If we don't get above this trend line, we stay below this trend line, we're gonna stay short. And that's what it looks like so far this morning. There isn't any news coming out that's gonna lift this market to the upside. We're not talking about, I'm talking about interest rate cuts. I'm talking about the middle, the Venezuela thing going on. And today visiting Donald Trump. So he's welcomed back into the U.S. after that, the reporter that was killed by the Saudi Arabia. After that, he hasn't been here for a while, but he's meeting president, and they want to buy the F-35s, and that is good news for Lockheed Martin. If you're looking at the defense stocks, LMT, that's good for them. But overall, Boeing also has a contract with Emirates, who have a $38 billion deal to buy more of the 777s. Okay, so lots of sales going on for the planes in the Middle East. But where is the market going this morning? 64.51, 64.50 to be exact. If this market comes down here, then we got two more support resistance before we get into the bear territory. We're going to get into the bearish territory when we go below 62.70. So this is where I'm expecting the correction. If it is going to be a correction like to here and going to bounce back up. But if you get below here, that's when we're going to start worrying if something major is going to happen. But I don't think we're going to go below this here. But if you get a correction to here, would be nice. This is where we can, in these 1, 2, 3 stages, this is where we can start buying stocks. Like, stocks that Amazon's going to come down. The Googles are going to come down. Microsofts are going to come down. That's where we can start DCAing and not put all your money in at once, but that's what we can start buying this back up. So that's what the ES futures are telling us this morning. And take a look at the NASDAQ, very similar situation. If we break this here, we are sitting at this support again. We touched it yesterday, right? We came a little bit here again yesterday, and now we're sitting right there. We almost went below it. If we close below here, go bearish, go sell short, guys. That's where you're gonna make the money. If it goes below here, I'm gonna be short. It's been a lot of selling going on already. I think this is gonna break to the downside. If it does, I would be short. That's where you're gonna make the quick buck. If you're gonna see this to come here and close below here. So that is the Nasdaq. The Dow Jones sitting at 46, so 46,311. This is where the support is on Dow, 45,695. Let's see if it comes down to that level. If it does come to that level, we break below that, we could come all the way to 41,000. It's possible, very much. What about the IWM? I still think this is a buy. 231. I think we're still gonna get a quarter point cut. I think it's I think it's getting a little bit cheap on the short term. IWM. That is the ETF. And if you want to look at the Russell 2000, very similar. It's a copy of the Russell 2000. I think it's getting a little bit oversell on the short term if we are going to get the quarter point cut in the next meeting. Okay. What about the oil? Oil is sitting pretty much around the $60 level. I don't think it's going to climb above 62.45. I see $55 before I can, before I see the price over this here, 62.50. I see it going down to testing this 56, especially this $56 level before it goes to the upside. What about gold? Gold is sitting $27 down right now. Gold is, again, they got a very strong support around the 3,900. So I think that gold is still going the sideways unless something happens. Gold is hanging around this level. Look for gold to go very quickly to the upside if anything gets attacked in Venezuela or any geopolitical issue. And gold is still the safety trade. Gold is very strong still. Don't think gold is weak yet, but gold can go. It's still my long-term safe trade on gold. Okay. So silver is pretty much hanging around the same level, around $50, and it's gonna go perform. Just as gold is, whether gold goes up and down, they're gonna keep in tandem with each other, pretty much. I think. Looking at the UVXY or the VIX is picking up again. Issues, Epstein files. Donald Trump is not answering any questions. So here's a little bit of thing. Donald Trump said, release the Epstein files. At the same time, he filed an investigation into Clinton. He filed into Clinton, Summers, and some of the other former Democrat presidents and leaders. So he filed a case against them at the DOJ. So he went out and told the Congress and say, guys, go release the files. And when Congress is gonna go to DOJ and say, hey, release the file, you know what DOJ is gonna say? DOJ is gonna say, well, those we can't release them. Why? Because the president is put a case up against Clinton and Summers. So they are not. That's an excuse for them not. Donald Trump knows what he's doing, and I'm sure he's getting that advice from the DOJ. So no Epstein files gonna get released because DOJ is gonna say, hey, Mr. President has put Mr. Summers and all these guys. They're under investigation, and if there's a case going on, we can't release the files. Okay, that's what's gonna happen. So I'm pretty sure these guys, he's been advising by DOJ. If a guy like me can figure this out, I'm sure everybody else can figure that out too. Okay, so that's what I think is going to happen. I think with the Epstein files. So and yeah, they're not coming. Don't think there are some out there, but not all of them. Okay. So let's continue with the market update, guys. Here, let's take a look at the 10-year. What is the 10-year doing? 4.10. It's not budging from this area, holding very tight. Again, there was offering yesterday. There were more bonds printed. I put them in the chat. Almost $200 billion was printed yesterday. Okay, more printing of money. And the dollar index is still holding there with the 10-year yield at 99 below. I still see this going below, okay, and the 10-year yield going up as the money is being printed, okay. So look at the put call ratios, very strong towards the call side on the SPY and the triple Qs. Yet IWM, the Russell 2000 is much more stronger towards the put side. So these are both on the call side right now, the SPY and the triple Q. So these are telling us the market should go up. But the market right now is, if you look at it, the market is down right now about 150 points. Let's see what happens by 9:30. Take a look at Bitcoin. Bitcoin went under 90, sitting at 89, 159, 155. This is where Bitcoin can go on the short term to 74K. Before it does that, it actually has another place right here, about 83, 84,000. So right now, don't put your hand underneath this Bitcoin right now. Headed still to the downside. Again, no liquidity coming into this stock anytime soon. And take a look at MSTR. MSTR closed at 195 yesterday. It is still sitting around 195. The next board on this one is about 111. It can come down to that level very quickly, even under 100 if this Bitcoin gets to around under 80K. So very fast. Even though MSTR has said they bought some more coins. Where are they getting the money from? I have no idea, these guys. Okay. So anyway, all the cryptocurrencies, be very careful from that right now. Okay. So what else is going on the market? Basically, there's nothing, no major big news coming out. Other than the guidance, Home Depot earnings have come out. We'll talk about them in a minute. We had Dell news a little bit, Dell NVIDIA news. Dell is working with University of Texas with Austin. They're spending a huge amount of money, NVIDIA and Dell, on they're trying to advance these super computers in the US. They're spending a lot of money creating both of these companies. Remember, Dell is the one that sells the hardware, and NVIDIA is the one that sells the chip. So if they can get a partnership going, Dell can bounce very, very well back up, very strong. They've already been kind of dead here back here. So right here, right now, currently, this is all going with the technology. Everything is going to the down. So it's got a strong support right here, where Dell could turn around, and depending on these chips coming into the into Dell here from NVIDIA. Okay, so that will be a thing to watch with Dell. Watch for this turnaround on Dell to the upside. Okay, so Dell can bounce very quickly to the upside as well. Okay, just give me 1 second here, guys. Sorry about that. Need a drink here. Dell. So keep an eye on this one with NVIDIA. But temporarily, I think the stock is still headed to the downside with NVIDIA. So quickly take a look at what NVIDIA is doing this morning. Earnings are coming out. So it is holding very strong at this level here. And I think till we get the earnings come out, I think it's going to hold pretty steady around this here. The earnings are coming out on tomorrow, actually, after market. So this is going to be the biggest move this week. And this is where the market, I think the market is either going to break to the downside or the upside, depending on what the earnings look like. This is what's going to move the market this week. So it's going to be a big volatility day for the next 2 days, on especially in NVIDIA stock itself, to see what direction. So what direction, what can we see? We saw yesterday, I think they're going to beat the earnings. I think the numbers are going to be good, but it all depends on the guidance. Okay. I think they're going to beat that number. We saw it yesterday at $1.26. And I also think they're going to beat the revenue as well. But all the rest of it depends on what they're going to do, with the guidance, especially what are they going to say. And China also, China is not putting their chips in the government computers, and that's what Xi has told the Chinese government. So that's what it looks like there. And we are Nvidia as well. Take a look at Home Depot this morning, came out with earnings. Home Depot is not doing well. They give a terrible guidance. Why? Because interest rates, they're talked about interest rates. Interest rates are not doing, gonna go down. And this is where a Home Depot really benefits. If the interest rates go down, people borrow money to fix up their homes, right? So people are not going to be borrowing money. So what happens to Home Depot? It's going to the downside, and it's also giving us the opportunity. Anybody that doesn't have Home Depot or never had it and want to buy Home Depot, well, I think this is an opportunity. On the well, let's see, can it come around $325? Yeah, I think it can, but it's sitting at $343 right now, right? So $325 is a good sport on Home Depot. We had a little head and shoulders here. This is where it broke below here, and I saw a little bit of head and shoulders here and a little bit on this one here. You could have easily done this on this one here. This was a beautiful setup right there. This is where the breakdown was right there. That was a sell below. This is how you draw the beautiful trend line like that. This is sport here. You could have done it when the first two developed like this one here. Then you saw the head and shoulder here that's developed. Then you could have done another line here. This would have been the neckline, a break to the downside here. Okay. So that from there, it's kind of 379 to 343. That's a pretty good. Anybody doing technical analysis on this here and they played on technical analysis, they made good money on this. Okay. And this is where the neckline break was right there on this here. If you draw a line right across here from here to here, this is where the breakdown was on Home Depot. So this was a perfect line there, trend line that was break below that. Anybody have any stocks they want to talk about? I talked about G, that's a real estate stock, GMRE.
The ARQT.
RKT?
No. ARQT.
ARQT. Okay. Biotherapeutics. Okay. This one here, this is very similar to the other stock that I just put in Olama that I put in here. So what I would do is go look at a research. Is there anything research coming out on this one?
Earnings को double fundamental पे check कर दोगे?
Yeah, definitely. Chart is looking good too. Chart is very nice, especially if you can break above here, 27.52. We can have a nice break to up to $36, $37. So let's take a look at the fundamentals. So this company is Orcutis Therapeutics. Okay. Company. Let's see if what the revenue looks like. Revenue is increasing, so whatever their therapy is starting to increase in revenue. Market cap is pretty small still. Statistics, these are going to be wild numbers because they don't have a lot of revenue yet. Dividend, they probably don't. Definitely not. Earnings, this is where I like to see the stock like this is start to earn positive earnings. So look at all these negative numbers that they had. They've been spending a lot of money on research and development. Now they're starting to earn this money back. Okay, that's what it looks like here. It's getting into positive territory. So I would definitely it looks good. I would definitely be buyer here, especially on the breakout. Because a stock like this, just like the other one that I showed you this morning, it is just, gonna continue. These things can blow up like a bomb to the upside because they have a potential to earn a huge amount of money. So I would do a little bit of research on this one just to make sure what kind of a cure they came out with and whether it's going to be a blockbuster drug like the other one, the one I was seeing this morning here. So this one, the one I was talking about, let me show it again, see what the price has gone to. Come on. Cloudflare is down this morning. I don't know if a lot of people know that, and it's hitting a lot of the websites. It's hit Forex Factory. Forex Factory is not giving any info this morning, but yeah, I would buy $27 on this one. But I want to go back to this one. This is a lottery win this morning. It's back. It's around 20. Yeah, it's coming back. See, so if anybody chased it up to here, now it's back to about 26.88. I would let it settle. If anybody's interested in this company, I would be. But if the stock comes down, okay, if the price comes down, I'd wait. But anyway, this is gonna be they won a lottery on this one. So I hope the treatment is just as good as they believe that this was in the late stages, by the way. Like it's like a when you're almost at the end of the drug life, either it's gonna make it or not make it. It actually made it right at the end. Okay, so these are the kind of look PUFDA is punch it up on Google and you'll find their website where I showed you guys before. I think I did put it in the chat in the past where you can go take a look at these numbers. Okay, so anybody else have any other stock?
Amazon ਤੇ Walmart ਦੇਖੋਗੇ?
No, definitely. Walmart has earnings coming out. I'm a buyer of Walmart. I'm holding 101.60. That's where I'm holding Walmart. And it's 102.95 sitting this morning. And if you looked at the day chart, I think it's a buy. It's sitting at 102.95 this morning. We got earnings coming out on Thursday. So this was a swing trade from last week, and I'm still hanging on to it. If I can get $4 or $5 out before the earnings are coming out Thursday morning, so gotta make the decision by tomorrow 4 o'clock whether to hold on to Walmart or not. Chances are I'm gonna hang on to it. It is a solid stock. I think they will have great earnings. I think they will beat. And if you look at the earnings on this one here, it's going to be about 60 cents. They're going to be easily beat that number. And same thing with the revenue. I think they're going to beat easily. So I might hang on to it. And if you're looking to buy for long term even, I think it's worth buying it even at the current price, 102.95. So I think it's definitely a buy. What was the other one? Sorry.
Amazon, ਭਾਜੀ.
Amazon. Okay. Amazon I like too. It's kind of given us a dip. I think it's an excellent buy here. We are going to go into Black Friday. We're going to go into Christmas. And this is really a strong board right there, 215, 216. If it can get there, I would be accumulating that. A little bit of Amazon on the way down. Okay. I think it will turn around. The only thing that's going to keep going down is if you get a market correction. Do I think it's going to be a market correction? Is it going to happen? Very small. I said maybe 20% right now till Christmas. After Christmas, if you go into January next year, we could have a bigger correction. But right now, because of the good time or Christmas coming up or the Black Friday coming up, I think people are going to be in a happy mood. Worst time people that are in bad mood is January. Right after for New Year Day. That's the worst time for everybody usually. They're down. They had all the happiness and it's all gone. Now they got to work for the rest of the year, right? But anyways, the years are going pretty quick. 227 is the current opening price here. Definitely if you can get at 216, definitely add. I still have the stock. I'm still hanging on to it, for long term. What else? Anybody else have on stock? No, everybody's good. All right, then take a look at my own stock. See with some of the other stock that are in the news. I talked about Dell. I talked about Nvidia, and let's talk about Netflix. Okay, still that deal with Warner Brothers is still haven't heard anything, and okay, so Right now, they're currently sitting at 109.70 after the split. The stock, remember, yeah, this is a strong support around 107. If they're gonna buy Warner Brothers, they're gonna pay a lot of money, and I think the stock will take a good dip to the downside. How much, we'll see, but it will take a dip to the downside. Netflix, and that is gonna be your opportunity to buy this thing. Okay. For long term, I think Warner Brothers is going to benefit this company big time. They will be able to make lots of money off that, or have more people join their subscription, because I love those shows that Warner Brothers has on their file. Remember the repeats that are going to happen on Netflix. So that's going to be really interesting. I hope they buy Warner Brothers. But again, that is Netflix. What else is going to talk about? Microsoft here. Microsoft is sitting 497. It's sitting at a support right now at 491. That's yeah, I think we're gonna get market correction on this. I think 450 is what I talked about. I'm looking forward to seeing around 450. I think it can come down there. I'm not gonna take the risk at current price. I do have a few shares left, but I'm not selling them. And just a reminder for me to buy this stock cheaper. Okay, Canadian banks. Let's talk about a little bit them. Why? Because we have earnings coming out in about a week and a half, and so let's talk about some of the banks. Let's especially talk about TD. What's going on with TD? Okay, I'm a buyer of TD even currently. I'm holding it. Especially look for it to break out above 116. And I do suggest that you hang on for the earnings that are going to come out, and they're coming out on December 4th. And I do think they're going to beat the earnings. I do think this is stock going to go to 120 plus higher. So again, big benefits from down here to all the way up there. So hang on to TD. What about the other stocks? Bank of Nova Scotia, all these stocks have run up really nicely. BNS, look at this run up, beautiful. If you're still hanging on from the $60, remember this break here? So if you're still hanging on from there, I would definitely hang on. Not to mention all the dividend. How many dividends you collected if you bought it here? Two. You collected 2 dividends already on this one. And how much dividend does it pay? $1.10. So you collected $2.20 on top of this price of just dividends alone. So whatever shares. I know there's many of you guys are holding on to this stock, and I would continue to hang on. I think it can reach the $100 level, and when it does reach the $100 level, I think this thing is going to split. I think it's going to split. I think next, I wouldn't be surprised. I would not be surprised if maybe a bank or two announce their stock split on after the next earnings. Okay, so we look out for that. So TD Bank Nova Scotia, Versa Bank has been hanging around the $16 range right here. I'm looking for better earnings, especially on their U.S. They expanded. Ever since they went into the U.S., they've been not doing so good. So I'm really hoping the numbers come out really nice on December 10th on this one here. I still have a lot of shares in this one. I bought, you guys probably know the history. I've talked about so many times about this stock. Let's hope it has those earnings and pops the stock right back up. And if they can really get that unit going in the U.S., this stock can go to the all-time highs or even better. Okay, let's see. BMO is the other one that everybody's holding. What is BMO doing? It's sitting at 171.68. BMO has had a nice strong run up, and it's taking a rest. But wait for this thing to. I think it is going to go back to the highs, but I don't know if it's going to break the highs. It ran up really nicely to the upside. And okay, so this one has really done a good performance. The other one is National Bank. National Bank has run up a lot, so I would I think these are stocks, especially when, remember that this is when they bought the Canadian Western Bank, and then they went all the way to down here. Then I was suggesting buy down here 107. I don't know if anybody picked it up. That was in April this year, and since April, $107, it's gone to 161. Incredible run on the National Bank. Okay, so congratulations to those who are still holding. Enbridge is a buy, guys. The winter's coming out and it's going to go up till January, February. I think it will continue to the upside. Their new, the revenue is increasing. Their new lines that have come online are performing well. So if you take a look at the, the revenue, look at the revenue jump from last year. And this is going to continue to run to the upside, especially when you start looking at the quarterly numbers. Okay, so you will see start this year revenue sees as a jump to the upside. So very strong. Keep if you have it, hang on to it. Anybody have any other stocks you guys want to talk about, guys? Everybody's quiet this morning. I have some more stocks I'm working on right now on the side. I will talk about them as we go a little bit later on, and I'll bring some more stocks up tomorrow morning. Right now,
ਭਾਜੀ ਹਮਾਨਾ
sorry.
ਦੱਸ ਦਿਓ ਭਾਜੀ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਦੱਸ ਦਿਓ ਪਹਿਲਾਂ
UTHR ਭਾਜੀ UTHR
UTHR. Okay, this is another risky one. Is it going to win the lottery? It's already winning a lottery. It's already $470, $471. This is nice. Looks like ready to break out. And fundamentally, if you look at this stock, $20 billion company, they're into development and patients, chronic life-threatening conditions. Okay. Okay, it's into research again. This one looks like it's already generating a lot of revenue. Yeah, they are generating a lot of revenue, 243. So it's that's why their price is quite high. Look like whatever therapy they're doing looks like it's pretty good. And look at these numbers these are pretty good numbers for the very risky companies. These are pretty good numbers. So I think this is a good stock. I would definitely buy on a breakout here. I would definitely jump into it, $480. Okay. So I like it. It's got very good fundamental numbers. It can take it to the higher levels, yes. Very strong performer. Okay. Anybody? What was the other one, Paji? Somebody else.
ਭਾਜੀ ਹਮਾਨਾ HUM.
Okay, Hamana. Michael Burberry, what's his name? The big short guy. He's buying insurance companies. It came out this morning, but we've been buying insurance companies for a while. He thinks the insurance companies are very undervalued, and I think so too. We've been saying that for a while, right? So I think Humana is a buy, even at current price. So Donald Trump talked about bypassing these insurance companies and handing money directly to people. I don't think that's going to happen. Okay. There's too much of control these insurance companies have over the government that they're going to allow them to do this. They're not going to allow them. And I think the Humana is a buy. I think CNC is a buy. Even UNH, all three of them are pretty much buys. So I like Humana. I like the numbers. And it's really sitting on a nice board here too. Every time it has come down, it bounced back, right back to the upside. Okay. So a lot of, if you just traded it last little while, buy down here, sell here, buy here, sell here, buy here, sell here. Same thing. I think it's buy here, sell here probably again. So definitely get into Humana. Food 2. Let's take a look at Food 2, Roman. Sorry, buddy. भाई तो आवाज बहुत ब्रेकआउट कर दिया ऐड करो चैट ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਪਾ ਦਿਓ food 2 let me take a look at food 2 what food 2 is again it's this one here is it's one of those this what do you call those they're in the Hong Kong market there they're a broker and it's a $23.47 billion company. The number, I like it. It's just like Charles Schwab and all the other numbers are very going up nicely. $23 billion company. I like it's very, this is from Hong Kong, not from China. They're part of China, but these ones have better numbers. I like the stock, and definitely I like the revenue growth. Again, it's just like Interactive Brokers or Robinhood, and these are continue to generate a lot of revenue from the trades. So it looked like come down nicely here. Like the stock around 153 if it comes down to there, but looks like it's still, it can perform. But let's take a look at the numbers, statistics here. 22 is a little bit high. This is a little bit high. Yeah, the stock has run up so much, but these numbers are kind of out of whack a little bit. So they're telling me it is a little bit of overvalued. But again, I would look for around 153 to buy. There's nothing exciting in here right now for me to tell you to buy. Okay, so right now just hang on to it and see if it comes down to the 152. Why put money in there if the money is going to go sideways, right? So Voodoo is there. Baba, let's take a look at quickly at Baba. Baba is I like Baba. I like the Chinese economy, the way it's going, the way it's recovering to the upside. I think it's eventually going to do better than the American economy. So definitely see this turning around back to the upside. I like Baba. I like Baidu. They're holding nicely here right now. They do have, they're going to the downside. Here's a trend line. If it breaks a trend line, I would definitely be a buyer to the upside. What for the price to go to the upside on Baba here? Same thing with Baidu. Baidu is performing pretty much the same way. Okay. PGY, that's what you were saying. Thank you. Thank you for putting it in there. Okay. Papaya. Yeah, this one I like as well. It had good earnings come out. It bounced nicely. But again, this has been going down with the market. I have a little bit of shares in this one. I'm holding it, but again, I'm not adding yet. But I like the company. I like the earnings. I like the way, performance. I like the fundamentals on it. But again, the company just going down with the market. Just I think wait, it's getting a little bit undervalued if you look at the numbers as well. Statistics. These numbers are kind of undervalued. Doesn't have a price to earnings ratio. Why? Because I don't know why. Because one quarter here was negative. Going forward, it's they lost money all the way back here. They're starting to earn money, and the revenue starts to go up. Eventually, this company will turn around back to the upside. Okay, so I still like it. I'm not adding anything here yet, but I'm waiting. Charles Schwab, I like it. Sook, SCHW. Let me go back here. It's like everything's the way the market's been coming down. Everything has been coming down to the market, so it's got a sport right on here and about $90.50. And I would wait if you don't have any or you want to add. I would wait. Same thing. I'm waiting. I will add at a reasonable price, but I got the stock a lot cheaper, so I'm still hanging on to it. But I'm not taking profit yet, but I'm waiting. Last time I do a trend line, I said if it goes above here, buy it. But I would wait till this settlement with the market is a little bit over. And you would really get this really cheap if we get a correction in the market. So put it on the buy list. If it does drop down, that's where you're gonna add a lot of Charles Schwab. Charles Schwab is a very solid stock. Okay. Fly. We have done this one before. Firefly Aerospace. Yeah, we did. This stock has been coming to the downside again. Stocks like this, I like to buy them, but only on the turnaround to the upside. This one probably doesn't have a lot of revenue, and it's running on technology. What are they doing? They're into space launch vehicles. Okay, competition to SpaceX, right? 3.6 by a $5 billion company. SpaceX has a valuation over 500 billion, and this one is pretty small, 365. So imagine this company going to the upside, but what is their product? How are the products gonna do? That's the main thing, is to take a look at what their technology is. So it offers alpha, beta, gamma, and output transfer vehicles. Okay, so let's see the revenue. Revenue is going slowly. Earnings, not there. So this is a new company. Really, the way you can value this company is look at their technology. Okay, that's the only way to value this thing because it doesn't have revenue, doesn't have earnings, but the stock has been going to the downside. So the stock technically doesn't impress me. The numbers don't impress me. The only thing that's going to impress me if I want to buy this stock is the technology. Is it survive? Is it going to survive? Okay, that's the only thing I would look for to see if it survive. Okay, so Vail is definitely a buy. I mean, I like Vail. Vail is in our portfolio as well. $12.20. I like this stock. Even the fundamentals are good. Even you can buy it at current price, or you can wait for a correction, whatever you prefer. But very strong numbers. Okay, it pays a dividend almost 6%. So if you don't have it, you should buy a little bit. And if you know, I'm a buyer. I have it in the portfolio. Okay, Vail is good. Thank you, Raman. Thank you. NU. And let's take a look at NU. This is a competition. They're still waiting for the banking license in the US. And if they get it, they will break out here to the halt. So this is a competition to Sophie. This is a very solid stock. Okay. This is the one you guys should also take a look at and research yourself and see if you like it. I like it. I like the stock for long term. And if they get a license, I see much higher levels on this stock. Okay. This morning, Harvey is not here right now. Presently, he's his grandmother had a doctor's appointment. That's where he took her. So he's going to be coming a little bit later on. So we can talk about more stocks if you guys wish here in the chat. I am sitting in front of the computer. If you have some stocks you wanted me to take a look, I will take a look at them. But I'm just going to be updating a little bit of my own files here, and I'm looking at some more stocks here. So let me know if you guys have any stocks on your mind. We can continue to do that or do some analysis on anything you wish. But again, let me know here.
ਭਾਜੀ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਕਹਿ ਰਹੇ ਹੋ correction January
Yeah, I was talking about the correction a little bit because right now there isn't really a lot of out there unless we get a Venezuela gets attacked or something else happens in interest rates or in geopolitical issue. So right now there's nothing really pushing the market either to the downside or the upside. But we are going into Christmas, we are going into Black Friday. We are going into a season where most people are usually in a good mood, and the stock market tend to do pretty good in November and December, but it could be we could get a correction like in January when to the downside a little bit. So January, February, and then also Jerome Powell is gone, and they're going to be pushing the interest rates back lower come February, March. And when they start pushing in those interest rates lower, the market will pick right back up to the upside. But I'm looking for some sort of correction, at least from here to February and March. Some sort of correction, whether it's be 9% or more. Let's see what happens. That's when we're gonna buy stocks. That's when we're gonna get a nice opportunity to buy stocks.
ਅਜੇ correction 2024 ਚ ਵੀ ਆਈ ਸੀਗੀ ਨਾ 14-15% ਦੀ
2024 ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ let's take a look. We had a correction in remember in April. This was April. This was actually November, December last year. It went from this is a new stock I'm talking about. I thought it was on ES there. That looks pretty similar to what ES chart is. So there's ES chart right there. This is April. Remember when Donald Trump? So did we have a correction in? Yeah, sort of. This not exactly in 2020. We had a little bit of here, not much. So last good correction this year we had. This was a COVID. Then we had a little bit of a back in. After all the run-up, Then we had a little bit of correction. Remember all this run up from COVID? Then boom, it ran from 54.43 all the way to 4,100. That's about almost what, 10%, 10 to 14% correction right there, right? That was in 22. Then in 23 we had this little correction here, 5,100 to 40. It's only about 500-600 points. So, and this was the biggest one we had. That was back in April, but we haven't had any. Maybe this is a start, hopefully. 69.42. Maybe we'll get it all the way down to 63.82. This would be a very healthy correction to here, if you can get it all the way to here and then move back up. This is where, like I said, this is where I would start buying. This is where I like this market to come down to.